your son, still in a band, and did the Nashville thing, and all that. So Trevor just texted in here, fellas. We know this, Glenn.
Oh,
how do I get Glenn to be able to see this? Because people that are watching on YouTube want to see him. There we go.
There he is.
Here, you can see here, Glenn.
Okay.
How you look? Metallica, yes. GNR, no, says Trevor. Have you heard Axl Rose sing lately? It's like listening to Mickey Mouse sing. Now, hold on. All the auto-tune and what they can do with these guys, it is next level.
Yep.
Let me hear a hot tip. A lot of these live performers, if you get them in the bath, if you get them in the shower, they ain't sounding like that anymore. It is all fixed up and rigged up.
It's audio adjusted.
Which is okay. I'm okay with that.
So
it's like wrestling. I know it's fake, but it was so good back in the 80s and 90s. I get it. Lip syncing, no. But they don't even need to do that anymore.
No.
With how they can manipulate things.
The soundboard. Yeah.
And I saw Axl Rose a few years ago in Vegas. It was just him at the joint. And he did November Rain, and the piano came above the crowd. It was so good. I'm in. Axl, GNR, Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah, I would go. I would for sure go. You gotta go. I mean, just for the whole history of it all.
Like Def Leppard on Sunday.
Yeah, you gotta go. I mean, if you can, if you have a chance, if you have the money, if you can tolerate the amount of beverages, you gotta go. The auto-tune thing is amazing now.
Oh.
So just a real quick one. I wrote a little song called Team Time, and I asked my son, he's got his whole studio. It looks a lot like this in his house, in his apartment. Because he does all his own recording, he plays all the instruments, so he'll play piano on it, and then he'll play bass, and then he'll put a song together like that. So
Josh, what's his first name again?
Jared.
Yeah. Good Josh Jared.
Yeah. So I said to him, here, my buddy and I want to come in. We want to actually sing. And if you've heard me around the campfire, you know I'm not a singer. I'll get you going.
What's your go-to?
We could do Friends in Low Places right now. Give me a guitar and we'll do it. But and it gets everyone in the campfire singing. But I know that, a little flat, little sharp, little flat, little sharp. That's kind of. In fact, one time we were singing around the campfire, and my son Jared came over and I said, "How was that? That sounded pretty good, right?" And he goes,
oh, "Sorry, I was trying to get a kink here." Okay, so he comes around the campfire.
So he comes around the campfire and he hears the song, and we're singing along, all the buddies and everything from our hockey team and their girlfriends, and we're singing along. And I said to him, what do you think? I mean, it was pretty good, right? And he goes, I said, we were in key. He said, well, I think you should all pick one and all.
And you were all in a key.
Yeah, you should all pick one and then all try to sing along on that same key because you're all singing your own key. And I thought, okay, so I can't quite hear it. But anyway, we go into his studio. We do this song called Team Time, and that I wrote, and then he auto-tuned the crap out of that thing. And all of a sudden I thought, can I sing?
Yeah, you can.
No.
Give us a little taste of it.
No. But we get a guitar going, and I'm in. I mean, record it all you want. Let's go. We'll do it.
What did you sing on a guitar a couple weeks ago? Somebody actually texted that in. Sharky, what did they say? Sharky should play the beer gardens next year. Because you did something. Was it karaoke?
I didn't.
Just a few weeks ago.
No, they wanted me to do it, and I stepped away. You've asked me to do it.
You're soft.
No,
we got to jam one.
I just need a couple more days to warm up. If you don't play for a while, your fingers get soft. You got to keep them. You got to keep them callous. You got to keep ready to
If
go.
we ever run into a karaoke bar, the three of us, we're going to do something.
Okay.
Guitar, man. It's got to be a guitar for me. Friends in Low Places. We can do 4 or 5 Garths. We could do some Kenny Chesney.
I've embarrassed myself to Kenny Chesney at a karaoke bar in Las Vegas. I have.
Was it American Kids?
Yeah. I wanted to walk off stage.
I find karaoke tougher because they have their own key.
Yeah.
Not the same as yours.
Not the same as my key, I guess.
You know what a good one to do with, if you can get 4 buddies, libations flowing and all that? The Highwaymen.
Oh,
yes.
And it's actually not that difficult to do.
No, because they couldn't sing either. So, yeah.
We could do the Highwaymen.
Auto-tune.
Yeah. And my karaoke go-to, by far, I've done it, crisscross jump.
Wow.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
There's some
You only got to remember like
challenging.
2 words.
Hold on. You should hear my wife do Ice Ice Baby Vanilla Ice.
I was going to say,
Unreal.
there's some challenging notes in that one. You can pull it off.
All right.
By the way, there's people right now that have sat around the campfire with me saying, no, you can't sing.
Yeah.
I bet you can. I bet you can.
Don't even let him start the fire. Yeah.
Can Jared come up with? We have no money
Yeah.
because we can't even get to Swift Current. But could Jared come up with a sports cage jingle song?
Well, I'm working on it. Sure.
Yeah. I could send him some Saskatchewan beer and maybe some Last Mountain Distillery.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Get the insight. He's got a studio. He's got a thing. He can.
I love it.
What do you want? Well, rock feel or a country feel? Country feel.
Probably a country
For here.
feel.
Yeah.
Both. A hybrid.
Yeah.
Hybrid. I like it.
I might book. I'm on his website right now. I might book a lesson. Yeah. I might book a lesson.
Yeah. By the way, I can have an inside track to the Roxy band in Vancouver if anyone's interested in bringing. He's lead on the Roxy band. And,
The house band at the Roxy.
And the Roxy is a place where live music all the time.
Yep.
You guys know it.
Yep.
You've seen it before in Vancouver. I went in there as a player and now go in there to watch my son play on stage, which is so bizarre because the same bouncer that was there when I was a player is still there now.
Well, that guy must not be able to bounce much. Is he still bouncing?
What are you trying to say?
You know what I missed, guys, on the YouTube channel here as well. Sorry, Josh said Journey, which we've had a few Journey with the new, and then Daryl went off on a few here. Theory of a Dead Man. Don't know if they could headline, Daryl.
Yeah.
This band, this next one, they are so good live, but I think they're a little bit too heavy for the Valley. Volbeat.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah. I don't know.
They are so good. And then Daryl also said Buck Cherry, Tea Party, Finger 11. A lot of Canadian acts there. That's a lot of big shiny tunes. Daryl definitely has a big shiny tunes
Trooper. Where's
CD
Trooper?
from there.
Are they still alive?
Trooper is probably playing O'Hanlon's tonight. They are here every
Second weekend.
every week. Yeah, it's like, is it Trooper tonight? No, it's April Wine. Oh, okay.
It's 5440.
It's Harlequin. Well, we could go off. This segment's already off the rails, but I love it. Stamps tomorrow night. I just feel it's a statement game for either team.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're talking 4-0 versus 3-1. For the Riders to win this game, they have to eliminate Vernon Adams' deep ball. I think 2 great running backs in Dedrick Mills and AJ. And AJ's leading the league right now in yards rushing per game because you have to do it that way now because there's different number of games with buys and things. So 2 great running backs, that cancels itself out. I think defenses are both playing very well, so that cancels out. So what's the difference? They got to stop Vernon Adams' deep ball.
How are they going to do that? Are they going to sit back in that zone, deeper zone? They're going to try and get after him?
Well, no. I don't know how they're going to. I do know that with the bye, they've had a lot of time to try to figure that out. Like, in fact, when I talked to Coach Mace, I asked him, how they were self-scouting, and he said, well, what we're doing, we're looking at different packages with 4-man, 5-man, 6-man pressure. We're looking at shoring up our red zone defense. They want to be better in the red zone defense. And he said, if we can get pressure with less numbers, that's what we're looking at, trying to see how good we can be at that. And, obviously that's great. If you can get pressure with 4, you can do so many different things in the back end.
When you say that, take away the deep ball, I think that's actually one of the Riders' strengths is their secondary, right?
Yeah,
From Sales to Milligan, even to Brooks Jr. being in this week, their secondary is as good as anybody's in the league. And there's not a spot back there that I go, that's the weakness we're going to pick on.
No, but you've got a sort of a gunslinger mentality with Vernon Adams. I mean, a guy who he'll take the shot, even if it's Milligan back there. He's going to take the shot. And
Which you got to like.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I think it's exciting. And that's one of the reasons, Calgary is so injected with this energy now. They have this leader that just wants to sling it. I mean, the first series of the game against the best team in the West in Winnipeg, They go deep to Clark Barnes, who's not playing in this one tomorrow night, but they go deep to him, touchdown. They're up 7-0, and now Winnipeg's chasing the game.
You mentioned the tape and how the Riders are on a bye week.
Yeah.
That tape on Calgary, did they throw everything, do you think, not everything, but did they show almost everything against the Bombers to pull that one out where the Riders really get a good scout off tape?
Oh, yeah. I think, the playbook evolves as you play different opponents and you make,
as the season goes on.
Yeah, and the season goes on and things like that. But, yeah, I think you right now you're doing everything you can to find a way to win. And the good thing about the Riders right now is they've found 4 different ways to win games. 4 different players. Sam Emilus was game 1. You remember Keyshawn Johnson had the big game 2 in Hamilton. Mario Alford with his massive return in Toronto. And then last week we had the pick 6 by Tavon Campbell. And that was the game-changing, or not last week, the week before, but that was the game-changing play there. So different ways to win. Now the question I have, and here's the other side of the coin, will some of these injuries start to catch up on Saskatchewan? I mean, basically their offensive line, their starting group, Sean McEwen, Gagnon, Trevon Tate.
Isn't that something?
And they're still, they've got a quarterback that reads quickly, gets the ball out of his hands. That helps.
Yep.
But if you're in second and long a ton, it takes a second or two for those guys to get to that first down marker. And that's where you wonder if that will at some point catch up.
It's interesting to me that you pointed out that the front 4 and what they're going to do get after Vernon Adams Jr. The Riders are dressing 16 as defensive linemen or linebackers. Like, to me, that's a big number when you've only got 6 offensive linemen you put on the roster, but you put 16 D-line and linebackers on. That's obviously to keep guys fresh for that purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You got a mobile quarterback. You want to keep him fresh. I mean, it's interesting that the head coach in Saskatchewan is a former D lineman.
All the D linemen play. Everybody's on the roster.
So, it's also when you talk D line and linebackers. The linebackers are good cover guys on the teams. So that's where you can get help on your special teams with the linebackers. Extra guys dressed there. But every team now is dressing at least 8, most of the time 9 D linemen, and for that exact reason, keep pressure on the quarterback.
Carey and Ouellette in the backfield. Now, Mark Mueller, and again, talking with Sharky earlier, it's like the coaching, whether it's video games or flag football or whatever, it's like you always want to have a wrinkle. You always want to have a B, right? They're not planning for plan B. Maybe do we see more screens? Do we see, maybe more dump offs to the running backs out of the backfield to catch with Kadeem in there? Do you expect them to change much offensively with those 2 guys back there?
Well, I expect to see a lot of what A.J. Ouellette has been doing well, which is, off tackle and the way he's running the ball. I think they'll stick with that formula.
Violently.
Yeah, exactly. Attacking the line and So I think you don't want to go away with something that's working well. But it's interesting that you say that because I think the most underrated play in pro football is the screen pass. I really do. Because I remember playing against it, and it's like Mike Pringle slips out of the backfield, and Anthony Calvillo waits for the D line to get way past everybody, dumps it to the back, and now us DBs have to 20 yards to close, and you have to brace yourself for a guy like A.J. Ouellette who's going to run over you. It gets tiring. It gets like, I've had enough of this, and honestly.
Mike Sellers, remember?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they would do the doubles, in Edmonton. When he was in Edmonton, they had Lumsden, but you bring in a fullback, Awachi on one side, or AJ and Awachi together, both sides, you can double screen them. And here's the good thing again, the Riders had the bye. The Riders can be creative in the bye. They can look at themselves for the first week, self-scout, and say, you know what? I'm going to start tweaking this. We did this, and it looks the same every time. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to look the same, but double screen it with maybe Carey. Now, I don't know how much they'll play at the same time, but we'll see.
I think it's going to be really, and the part that gets missed in this, and I go back to our receiver group, the reason those plays are successful is because our receivers can get into the secondary and give them those blocks that they need. It's not just what they're doing with the ball, it's what they're doing when they don't have the ball.
Yeah. Oh, and Corey Mace is he loves that. I mean, if you're a player for Corey Mace, you do away from the ball the best you can, he will notice it. And that's something as a player you get real excited about, and it starts to build. So that's why they're doing that well. Here's one issue, and Coach Mace brought it up. They're still committing too many penalties. There's too many fouls. And I'll give you the good line. I was going to use it tomorrow, but hey, we'll do it right here. Because Corey Mace gave it to me. I wrote it down. I thought, I'm going to use this
You
in the
can
game.
still use it on TV.
Yeah, I'll use it again.
Yeah.
So act surprised if you're watching TV tomorrow. But Corey Mace said, we're getting too many penalties before we snap the ball. And he goes, getting too many penalties before you snap the ball is like getting fired on your day off.
He's right, though.
I thought.
That's from, Coach Mace, you know where that's from? And he'll know this movie next time I interview him. It's from the movie Friday.
Oh, okay.
Ice Cube. How the hell are you going to get fired on your day off? His dad said that Ice Cube is
Well, I wasn't sure where he got it, but I wrote it down and I said, hey Coach, can I use that in the game? He goes, yeah, sure, go ahead.
It's not mine anyway.
But he was visibly in our Zoom call, he was visibly angry about the penalties. Like he is not going to stand for this forever. Or here's what's going to happen. He didn't say this, but here's what's going to happen. People are going to lose their jobs if they don't stop committing fouls before or after the whistle.
I just feel like we talked about it. I just feel like there's too much respect for him.
Yeah.
The group is the right group.
I agree.
That years past, yeah, guys selfish. I just feel that this group is playing for the coaches as well as each other.
I agree.
And I think it's important to recognize those are penalties that you as a player have control over.
That's right.
Right? A technique penalty or a blocking penalty where you're desperately trying to keep somebody off or whatever the case might be. Those are different than before and after the whistle.
Yes.
Those are choices.
They're choices. Those are choices, and they're bad choices, and they're.
You sound like we're parenting.
Yeah. Well, I know. I actually had one guy. I was saying it on the air on TSN, and I had one guy on Twitter say something like, "Would you quit lecturing me?" And I was like, "No, but it's
Don't make me take off my belt."
It's a selfish decision that you've just made.
Yep.
And I get it. Like, honestly, in the heat of the battle, you get punched in the head or whatever it is, and you just want to turn. I mean, we've all played beer league hockey.
Yep.
I mean, how many times you got that cross check and you went, dude, we got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And why would you do that? And then he does it again, and you go, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And then,
Spear him.
yeah, it's something else, right? So, or they run your goalie and no penalty, and you go, okay, I guess we got to run their goalie now.
Not a problem.
You know, so it's a selfish decision. It can be avoided, and it has to be avoided if you want to be a championship team.
Isn't it crazy, though? The Riders have won different ways all season. The other thing, besides just an intriguing matchup that I need this eyeball test to really, am I buying this Calgary stock? But the thing is special teams going to be a factor. Mm-hmm. I just feel, you know what I mean? Because it's a 5-point spread. We're looking at, and you were like, should I take the 5 points? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just feel 5's too much. 53 now is the over-under. The special teams, it's just been a wacky year a lot around the league.
Well, last week, I should say, we had 2 kickoff returns, $1 million winner, and 2 punt returns in one quarter. Like in the second quarter in Edmonton, there were 2 punt returns for touchdowns. A 97-yarder, a 94-yarder. I mean, that doesn't happen in any other league. It happens in our league quite often.
Yep.
And Mario, we interviewed this week, and he was talking about telling Trevor Harris all the time, I'm going to give you good field position. So don't worry about that.
Let's hope that there's another $1 million winner this week.
Yes.
Back to back.
Yes.
Like a Goocher from Stand By Me. All right. Thanks for walking down and coming in.
I love it.
I know it's a long walk from the coachman, but you made it in. Glen Suitor.
Troopers playing over there.
Parking lot. Glen Suitor in studio, always for Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. You can call them at 781-2090.